Good morning and welcome to Vlogmas Day 2. I have just arrived to London Heathrow Airport. As you can see from this little London Heathrow Christmas tree that I thought I'd film myself in front of. It is about 10:30 on, I've totally lost track of the days of the week. The 2nd of December. What date is that? A Wednesday or a Thursday? Or a Friday? Anyway. It is 10:30 in the morning. We had a good flight, although I hardly got any sleep, so I'm feeling a bit shattered. It is cold, but sunny here. In Brussels, it was like sleeting and 3 degrees, and I do like winter, but sleet is my least favourite of all the weathers in the world. It's just like, oh, it just chills you to the bone. So I'm glad that it's sunny and crisp. It's a lovely winter's day here in the UK. We're just waiting for our baggage to arrive. Tom's mum is very kindly collecting us. We're going to go home to hers to do our isolation that we've got to do just until we get our arrival test result back. On the flight and at Brussels Airport where we had our layover, I finished reading October. I didn't love it, not gonna lie. I think my favourite thing about it was the cover, which sounds like such a damning statement, but the cover was just so beautiful and the story just didn't do it for me. It felt incredibly obvious, like from the very beginning. It felt incredibly obvious what the story was going to do, and it did it. But I think my main issue with it is really just a case of personal preference, and that the protagonist in it was just super angry. She's a really angry child. I know angry children exist, but I was very much not an angry child, and I'm not an angry adult. Like, I just find that quite stressful of an emotion. And she was basically just going around screaming and shouting and smashing things all the time. I think she's supposed to be free-spirited, but I just found her incredibly annoying, and that obviously had a negative impact on my enjoyment of the book overall. So yeah, I think I would give it about a 2.5 stars, which for me a 3-star read is a average, yeah, I enjoyed it. And 2.5 stars is just on the negative side of average. It wasn't a bad book, but I have definitely read significantly better. Tom says I should get rid of it because I already have too many books, but I kind of don't want to get rid of it because the cover's so nice. I'm gonna decide what to do with it. I did a little bit of journaling this morning. I'm gonna finish off later today, and I'll talk more about it when I finish off later today. For now, I'm gonna go and join Tom in finding our bags, and I'll see you when we get home. Good evening, it's about 20 to 8 and I thought I would just check in and sign off for today. Journaling prompts wise, I started doing these this morning at the airport and then had a really awkward public vlogging moment where I'd put my camera on another table and then someone came along and asked if they could sit at that table, and I was very English and awkward and was like, oh yeah, sorry, and took my camera away and then felt too awkward to do any more journaling. So I finished the prompt off today. Today's prompt was knowledge, which is, this is just a question that I really like thinking about at the end of a period of time, is to think back about what you've learned during that period of time. My answer, I think, is probably more linked to what have I learned just from like the whole COVID thing rather than specifically this last year. But something that was a huge and I think really important revelation to me moving forwards is just like how much working from home and being at home in my own space really makes me happy. And during coronavirus, when schools went online and I was teaching from home, it really made me realise how well that routine suited me. So applying that knowledge moving forwards, I have got a new job which is starting in a couple of weeks. So it'll be halfway through Vlogmas, which is fully remote, working from home, creating like educational video content. I'm so excited for that. I think it's going to be really fulfilling, and I think it will just work a lot better with my personality type than classroom teaching, even though there was obviously there was lots about classroom teaching that I really enjoyed. I'm looking forward to this kind of change of tack ever so much, and I just want to make sure that I continue to appreciate it and be grateful for it even once it stops being a novelty, and I hope that I will do. Today, after we got into Heathrow, Tom's mum very kindly came and picked us up, and we drove back like with our masks on and the car windows down to Tom's house, where Tom and I are currently isolating together in a room upstairs. Tom's mum has been amazing and brought us up like absolutely delicious meals during the day. Spent the afternoon just unpacking all of our things. We're going to be in the UK for a month or so, settling in and doing a load of video stuff. My vlog is uploading unbelievably slowly, but I'm very much hoping I'll manage to get it out today. A couple of really lovely things to update you on, both of them delightful surprises from Tom's mum. The first one is an advent calendar, which Tom's mum saw my video when I was saying that I'm really sad that I couldn't have an advent calendar, and now we've come back home earlier. She really kindly bought one for Tom and me to share. Tom has said that he just wants the chocolates and I can do the opening, so that is very exciting. The opening is the best bit. I think he's missing out, but never mind, all the better for me. And the other amazing, really cool surprise is that Tom's mum has the exact same Wind in the Willows folio edition that I had, that I left behind at my home in Congo, and so I can actually read the beautiful illustrated Wind in the Willows just like I wanted to. I am honestly so looking forward to getting to read this. That was just a really lovely thing to come home to. I'm feeling pretty tired. I really didn't get very much sleep on the flight yesterday at all, so I think I'm gonna have a fairly early night. I'm just gonna wait for my video from yesterday to finish uploading, get that published, and then I'm going to go to sleep. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. I hope that you're doing really well and having a wonderful December, and I will see you tomorrow. Good night.